There he is. What's going on?
All right, I'm ready for this.
That's. I figured you would be.
Yeah.
I I got some time today, so I figured let's get it going. So, um, cool. Hold on. I just want to make sure everything is good. Yeah, we're good. All right. So, what do you want to hit today?
All right, let me role play them, and then we go back to. I was taking notes. All the questions that and circling back to everything that we talked the last few days. Taking notes since I was on my way. I was working basically from the car. It's a
Oh,
little bit more. I'm sitting at my desk right now.
awesome. That's what I love to
So
hear.
yeah, let's do a quick role play and then get more notes now that I could.
Okay. And what's the lead source? What are you thinking you want to? Who you calling?
Yeah, let's go. Let's top it off this last day with for self owner again because they picking up the phones. So
Good.
they picking up the phone.
Good. And so we know, how are you getting the leads for sell by owners?
Well, I was getting it just googling, not googling, using searching on Zillow, but I have Mojo.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more organized, because I don't have to type. I mean, I use the same CRM. It's not like I don't have to. I was seeing for me to follow up on them because this is like a it's like a different game. It's I was not being organized in the follow up. Like okay, writing here or I'm writing a paper. I use like a Google Sheet. So I said, you know what? I'll pay the extra $25 to get the leads, and
Sure.
I get all of them, all the area, all in once, and I could just type in there and do the tasks in there and be organized in there.
I
So
do.
that's why I'm paying for that, so it's fine.
Awesome. Awesome. Good for you. I love it. So, all right, let me just get a clean sheet of paper here to take some notes, and then we'll hit it. All right, brother.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, I'm calling respectfully about the property located on 123 Banana Street.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my name is William, and I'm a local agent. So I noticed that your property is open for buyers as a for sale by owner. And I was just curious if I have the right buyer willing to. If I have the right, I'm gonna go with Aaron Scripps. That's the one I know. If I have the right buyer willing and able to purchase your property, if you're willing to cooperate in terms of a professional fee.
Yeah, we are. Are you an agent?
Yes. How do you know?
No, because that's
Oh,
it. That's
my
every. That's
bad. I
all.
messed up
That's
because I messed up. Let me pause the script because that's what host normally does when he's calling expire. So, yeah, I'm an agent. So, what is your name, please?
I'm Daniel.
Daniel. Nice to meet you, Daniel. So, do you have a number in terms of what you like to offer, provided the opportunity to work together?
Yeah, we're offering out 2%.
2%. Let me write it down. That's very generous of you. So, Daniel, I'm going over the pictures that you uploaded. Very nice property. If you don't mind me asking, hopefully this is not too personal to ask. Any particular reason you even considering selling the property?
I mean, we're retiring, so we're going to move to Fort Lauderdale.
So you're retiring. Okay, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
And you're moving to Fort Lauderdale, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, I mean, we have a place there. It's in the Shades community, and we're gonna be. We already have it there, so we're just selling this to move there and be there for the next part.
Okay, excellent. So, in this stage of your life, right? How important is to make that move?
I mean, we're selling the property, so yeah, it's definitely important.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. So, since you decide to sell the property, it is an option to keep it and just move out and rent it out. That's an option.
Uh, it's an option, not one we want to do, but if we have to, we would.
Option. Okay, so it's an option. Thank you. And since it's an option, do you have like a time frame I mean, I see that you have a home already. I'm assuming you have it maybe for a long time. If I'm not wrong, right? You have a place to go already. It is an option for you to rent. What would be the time frame for you to make this move?
I mean, we have the property listed for 800,000. So I mean, when we get an offer that's close enough to that, we'll make the move.
Right. So you don't have like any specific. This is more. So it sounds like this is more about finding the right buyer.
Yes.
Okay. So it sounds like you want to take some time.
I mean, if it happens in 2 weeks, it happens in 2 weeks. We're happy with that. Obviously, the sooner the better, but we're not going to give the house away.
Absolutely. I totally understand that you're not going to give the, and I would be thinking the same way. If I have a property to go already set up and I have my place, so I definitely would want to take some time to get the right, the right buyer. So, okay. So I see here again everything that you listed about the property. What else can you tell me about it?
I mean, the listing says everything. It's the 4-bed, 2-bath. It's got everything in it.
Okay, absolutely. How long are you planning to be in the market as a for sale by owner, Daniel?
I mean, until we get the right buyer.
Okay. Is there any particular reason you're trying to do this on your own instead of going the traditional way with an agent?
I mean, why go with an agent? I mean, I can just save on the commission. Why would I need an agent to do it?
So why going with an agent? Okay, well, I totally understand your questions. I'll tell you what, Daniel. That's one of the first things that we could talk about when I meet you with you. So no, that's not what he said. He said, okay, that's one of the reasons. Just by you saying that, Daniel, demonstrate that we should get together. So if I was to meet with you and see the property, if today at 4 will be good, or tomorrow is today at 4 will be good, or at 6 works better for you.
Well, here's the thing, brother. If you're going to summarize and close me there, you need to give me a little bit about. So when you say, hey, just by you saying that demonstrates we should get together, and what we'll do is we can explain exactly what we do differently than how you have your property marketed now. And then at least this way, you'll have all that information you need, sir, and you can make the best decision you can for yourself and your family. Does that sound fair to you?
Okay.
So give me some bait as to why. Like you just said, well, hey, just by you saying that demonstrates we should get together. So what time is better? No, you have to tell me why it's going to be better for them.
The substance.
That's it.
You know what? Jose told me that one time. I was role playing on a Wednesday, and he told me he corrected me. He's like, "But you're not you asking questions, you acting this, and you closing me down, but you're not giving me a substance."
Yes, that's it. That's it. So look, Jose, we there's a reason Jose does the business he does. He's absolutely right. So when you close me like that, which is fine, I'm totally okay with you doing it. You got to give me why. You got to give me a reason why you're doing it. So you can say something. I mean, look, most of these for sale by owners only have their property on Zillow. That's it, and they think that Zillow's the coup de grace of selling property, and it's not. There are hundreds of thousands of buyers that don't go on Zillow to find property. Not everybody doesn't go there. So it's our job to explain to them that there are way, way, way more ways to get this property, this beautiful home, in front of 100% of the buying public, which is going to in turn increase your offers. I mean, I'm imagining, and then I would ask that in the question. I'm imagining, Mr. Seller, that knowing that your home is now in front of 100% of the buying public, that's going to mean for you obviously more exposure, which could mean more offers and a higher sale price. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So, hey, just by you saying that demonstrates we should get together. And what we'll do is we'll discuss exactly why hiring a professional like me would increase your exposure. And then the piggyback effect of that is you're going to have more offers and a higher sale price. If you knew something like that was possible, if you knew something like that was possible, do you think it might be worth 10 minutes of your time? Or just close them with what you said. Just by you saying that demonstrates we should get together, and we can show you exactly what we mean when we share with you, the increased exposure that we're able to give to you with regards to what we do differently. Because it's a great question, Mr. Seller.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's super clean the way you say it right now.
Yeah.
Simple and straight to the point.
What are you going to do different? They ask it all the time. It's a great question. What are you going to do differently? Hey, just by you saying that, Mr. Seller, demonstrates we should get together and I'll show you exactly what we do differently than how you have your property marketed now. And then at least this way, you've met with the top agent in your area. You'll have all the information you need to make the best decision you can for yourself and your family. Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah, so basically you use the same. Okay, so the fact that I say, just by you saying that, like Aaron says, that's permission to close.
Yes.
So you basically use the same system, the same question, or the same objection that they're using to close them down.
Yeah, exactly. Because all it is a question.
Right.
Him saying, well, what are you going to do differently is not an objection. It's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now it's our job to explain it.
Okay. So that's one way to close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think about the rest?
I mean, the other...
I recognize that I could close you there, like...
Yes.
I'm learning those things.
Yes. I might want to get a little bit into like how he's marketing it. So when you get the time frame, which is good. So look at it like a train track. Okay. Like all of these are like you're on a track. So it goes in like a linear order. So the first thing is what's happening. Okay, I'm offering out a commission and now you find out what it is. Great. Next, motivation. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to say to him, I don't know if this is too personal. Ask it in this way, which makes it okay for him to answer.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Seller, so I'm noticing here the property online. I mean, it looks like a beautiful home. Pictures are great. If you don't mind me asking, was there a particular reason you're even looking to sell this home? It's a beautiful home. Now you've complimented the home. Like when someone gives you a compliment, it's almost like they're opening the door for you to answer.
Okay.
Yes.
So the compliment, it will be the question softener.
And it's be authentic with it. Like if it's not nice, I wouldn't say that. I would just say, hey, I'm looking at the pictures here on the home. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, Mr. Seller, was there a particular reason you were leaving to looking to sell this property? If it's like, if they know that it's a hoarded house and there's crap everywhere, but if it's a really nice home, I'll tell them that.
Yeah, you could always compliment the location too.
Totally. Hey, it's a great spot, Mr. Seller. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, was there a particular reason you were even looking to sell it? Because I was a little confused. See how natural and nonchalant that is?
Yeah. So what's happening? Motivation.
Uh-huh. And then like time frames. So once you dig and get everything that they're looking for, I'm moving to Fort Lauderdale. Well, we have another house there. You could have kept digging and said, wow, okay, and how's your life going to change if you actually are able to get to Fort Lauderdale? Well, I'm not managing two houses. We only have this one now. I get to be with all our friends there. That's the motivation, simplicity of life. Then once you get that, okay, and I appreciate you sharing that with me, Mr. Seller. What's the time frame? How soon are you looking to get over there and make that move? Simple. Yesterday, 6 months ago, or whenever I get my offer. Okay. So if I'm hearing you right, it sounds like really the number that you get on the property is way more important than you getting over to Fort Lauderdale in the time frame that you want. Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Hold their feet to the fire.
Yeah.
Because if they say, well, I just got to get my number. Okay, so just so I'm hearing you right, it sounds like the number that you get for your property is way more important than just actually getting, being able to just close and move over to this place in Fort Lauderdale. Is that right? And then they'll be like, well, I want my number. Or, well, no, I mean, I do want to sell the property. I just don't want to give it away. Okay, so it sounds like if you had an offer that was reasonable and acceptable to you in, like, let's say, I don't know, maybe the next 30 days, you definitely would make the move. Sounds like, is that right?
Right.
So you keep probing?
Yeah, it sounds like the number is more important than what do you say at the end?
Than you just being able to get over to
Yeah.
insert motivation here, whatever the motivation is.
Right over there.
Yeah. And then then what they'll usually say to you is, well, no, I mean, we do want to sell it. We're just not looking to give the property away. I want to get, my number or close to it. Okay. And then I'll summarize that. Thank you for sharing. So I guess if I'm hearing you right, if you had an offer that was reasonable to you and acceptable in, like, let's say the next 30 days, you would 100% make the move. Yes. Okay, perfect. And then go into yeah, and I'm looking here, I see it's on the market for 800,000. Is that still the price, or has the price changed?
So that's the way you do before you ask this question or after?
Say that again?
Is that's the question that you ask before you make the statement? Before, right? So before, it sounds like you say 100,000, and then they're gonna tell me what they're gonna tell me, and then whatever maybe they say, I will be like, okay, it sounds like, excuse me, it sounds like the number is more important than.
Yeah, whatever. And they haven't even give you the number yet. So you're just saying they just said, I want my number.
Okay. I want my number.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, okay, so it sounds like the number that's important, the number that you have in your mind is way more important than you just being able to get to Fort Lauderdale in the time frame that you want. And then they're going to now they're going to correct you. No, I mean, or yeah, I really just want to get that number. And then you can say, okay, well, so I mean, if we're talking, Mr. Sell, let's take a hypothetical. If we're on the market 60 days, 45 to 60 days, and you still haven't gotten your number yet, are you open to taking an adjustment on the price, or are you really firm on that because you really want that number to get over to Fort Lauderdale?
Okay.
I want to know these things because really, remember, Will, at the end of the day, you are trying to figure out whether this is a fit for you to work together with him. If they have unrealistic expectations on price, you have a business decision to make.
Yeah.
As to whether you want to work with them or not. So these are all important questions. You're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you.
Yeah, exactly. So you basically like I don't know if you heard this guy Brandon Morlin, I think his name is we are disqualifying the prospect.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot of people I like to listen to this guy because this guy is like, first of all, his tonality and the way he talks is like more like my personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course you can be that dry with people, but I'm just the type of person that, I just ask you and talk to you straightforward things. And so this guy's like that. And he's like, he always said like salespeople that like sound so needy and this, that. And they do anything for the seller and they bend over, whatever, things like that. I don't know. So he said that we need to disqualify the client, the prospect, like that we interviewing them as much as they interviewing us.
That's it. Yeah, I just said that. That's it. Again, I'm trying to get as much information as I can out of them to figure out, again, whether their expectations are something that are realistic that I can meet. And if it's not, then we're not, again, I'll politely decline the opportunity to work with them. And I tell them that. So this is,
especially for sale by owners, they are always overpriced.
Well, yes. Well, for the most part. And that's the thing too, is now like I can sit and explain to them, well, there are two pricing strategies in order that we see sellers use to get the most money we can out of those buyers. The first one is really what you're doing, which is starting out really high and then leaving room to negotiate down. And I know the logic behind that, Mr. Seller, is you're thinking that you can always come down, you can't go back up, right? And they'll be like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And can I share with you some challenges that come with that strategy? And they'll be like, what's that? Now, when you say, can I share with you some challenges that come with that? In their mind, now they're already thinking that what they're doing might not work because of the way you phrase that question.
Yeah.
Can I share with you what would be, some challenges that come with that strategy? And they'll be like, what's that? Well, so what we tend to see, Mr. Seller, with sellers that utilize that strategy of starting out really high and then come really willing to negotiate down, they're not really that motivated to move. And the reason we say that is because those properties, more often than not, they do not sell at those really high numbers. So the sellers can have one of two options. They can either keep it, take it off the market and keep it, or just keep relisting it at that price, hoping and wishing a buyer is going to pay over market for it. So let me ask you, Mr. Seller, is it an option for you not to sell the property, but still make the move to Fort Lauderdale? Maybe rent it out and then let them answer. This will give you the, and if they say yes, absolutely it is. That's why I want my number. You get a decision to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd ask them, then I'll start asking them, hey, have you ever been a long distance landlord? Start getting into those questions. How much do you own the property? You know how much you can get in rent? Things of that nature.
Yeah. Then down from there, you have to switch to that script.
Yes. And then I'll say to them, that's the first strategy. Now, Mr. Seller, are you aware there's a second strategy in an attempt to get the most out of those buyers? What's that? Well, you just list the property right at market value, Mr. Seller, sometimes even a little bit below. And the reason we do that is it creates value in the eyes of those buyers and their agents. And then what happens? You know what happens to your sales price, Mr. Seller, when you have more than one person competing for your property. And you're in front of them, you make that hand gesture up. And,
okay.
And he's going to be like, what's that? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we get more than one offer. They're going to compete with each other. Exactly. And I'm imagining that's exactly what you want when you're selling this property. It's having buyers compete with each other for it. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So what we can do is this. And again, I don't mind. I'm in your area all the time. I'd love to simply pop by and see what your home has to offer in person. And then while I'm there, Mr. Seller, we can discuss those two strategies of how to price property so you can get the absolute most you can out of those buyers competing for your property. And then, Mr. Seller, whether it's now or later, you can also say, does that make sense to you? And to break it up. And he'd say yes. Great. And then what we can do, Mr. Seller, is we'll discuss those two strategies. And then at that point, at least you've met with the top agent in your area. You will have all the information you need. So you can make the best decision you can, excuse me, for yourself and your family. Pause, and then does that sound fair to you? Give that a beat, and then ask, does that sound fair to you?
Right. And that's it.
And that's it.
From there,
you just give them two options on time to meet, and then so evenings or afternoons, and then 2 times. Saturday at 3, Friday at 4.
Right. So I have to continue to work on the framework of basically the script, like continue to write
Yes.
Overall.
Yes.
Like work with that script, like right in front of me.
Do you want me to send you mine?
I'm sorry.
Do you have for somebody like an actual script? Do you have is it the long one you have?
Well, I have the one that I took a while ago from Aaron.
Yeah.
I was looking into the university that Jose has. I think that he has the Mike Ferry one.
Yeah. Well, I'll send you mine. It's
okay.
It's a lot. It's truncated so that you'll see the linear line of questioning, and it's exactly what I did. It's very close to what you did. If you're offering out if a buyer, an agent has a buyer, are you offering out a commission? Yes. What would that be, sir? Then he tells you, okay, great. And then you get into motivation. Was there a particular reason looking to sell the property? Then time frame. Then the property itself. I noticed the sale price here, or I'm sorry, I noticed you had it online on Zillow. Is there anything else you're doing to aggressively market the property? Then they answer. Then it's okay. And I'm noticing a sale price here of $800,000. Is that the price, or has it changed? No, it's the price. Okay. And are you willing to work with a buyer when they bring an offer, or is that a firm number? Get that. then it's okay, great. And if you don't mind me asking, is there a particular reason you're deciding to sell it on your own as opposed to just working with a professional like myself? And then they'll tell you, and then you summarize and then close. That's my script. It's only a page.
Yeah.
It's one page. So I'll email it to you if you want me to email it to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Text me your email and I'll send it to you.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Was this helpful?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
It was helpful and the right timing. Just like I said, I decided to get back to for sale by owners, and then I end up working out with you these things. So this is extremely aligned,
brother. God's never. There's never any surprises when we work in conjunction with God.
Amen to that.
Never any coincidences. That's just how life works. It's always in perfect unison.
Yeah, and I believe the same thing, because everything that I do is guided by Him.
Yes, sir. I love that. Love hearing it. God is great, man. God is great.
Absolutely. All right.
All right, brother. Well, listen. Go have a phenomenal day today, and you have my phone number now. So you ever get an appointment, you had a great call, and you're just really super excited. I love to hear stories like that. So let me know, man. Shoot me a quick text or a voiceover, and let me know what happened. I love hearing them.
Okay. Thank you so much. Absolutely.
My pleasure, brother.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So that was a for sale by owner that I'm just kind of, molding him. He's a newer agent, and he's part-time and looking to go full-time. So all we're doing here is like, when they're making phone calls, the calls are okay. They're good, but we can refine them, fine tune them so they can be great. And that's what we want. We want these calls to be great. So at the end of the day, when you guys are speaking to for sale by owners, you can convert them to appointments and then to listings, because remember, guys, they need our help. It's just a matter of us explaining to them there's a better way to sell your property, a more profitable way to sell it. And that's probably a better way to say it. There's a more profitable way to do it. And a for sale by owner just doesn't know that yet. It's our job to teach them. That's all. And educate them on. I want to say teach them. It's our job to educate them in a polite manner why it's better for them to list with us. Our fees more than covered with what they're going to make, because the numbers bear that out. Statistics say that. They sell for it's over 10% higher when you work with an agent as opposed to trying to sell it yourself. Because again, guys, remember, a buyer and a seller should never be in conjunction and talking to each other. They're not. They'll kill each other. So if this was helpful or useful for you, drop a subscribe or drop me a comment. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any tips or pointers that you think that could help him too, let me know. But really, just if you think this is really helpful and useful for you, drop a comment in there, and like and subscribe the channel. We would love the support. So thanks, y'all, and we'll hit you on Monday.